All right. Week 11. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. It's hot as hell out there in Jersey. It's like 98 degrees. But my name's Diego Davis, and here's Danielle Doyle.
Hi, yes, this is Danielle Doyle. I'm here in New Jersey as well. It is hot. Week 11 of See You Next Tuesday, the coolest podcast slash YouTube channel you'll ever find. Nurse owned and operated. You don't see that anywhere else. Today, we're going to talk to you about something super exclusive that we created called the What's My Take Home Calculator. It's one of the biggest questions that we hear in the industry from nurses. We give them their pay and then they want to know immediately, what's my take home? What's my take home? So we listened to you. We went out and we created something completely awesome. It's on our website if you want to look at it. But before we get talking about that, just make sure that you're sharing our podcast with your friends. Subscribe. Click the little like button. Click the subscribe button. Make sure you set the notifications to see us actively when we come on every single week. And tell your friends about us. So yeah, pay packages. They can be boring, but I want to tell you why it's super important to know your numbers and know what's up. Diego, we
Yeah.
were talking the other day about pay packages, and this is why we brought this up. We see so many nurses coming from other agencies where they're getting paid illegally. I'll just put it out there. I'm going to throw everybody under the bus today.
Yeah, it's
Um,
pretty bad. You got to be very careful what's happening out there. We're getting a lot of numbers from different companies across the board. I mean, some big, well-known companies that rhyme with, I'm not even going to go there, but I was going to give you some initials and stuff like that. But we're seeing big companies and little companies giving you the non-taxable way above what you're supposed to be getting. It's a common knowledge throughout all the industry that we go by gsa.gov to pull up your housing stipend, your meals and incidentals. We're seeing, for example, we should be paying 1,100, 1,200 for certain areas. We're seeing anything up from $1,800 to $1,900 a week, which you guys don't understand, which we'll explain. But just be careful. It's a big ass red flag. The IRS is going to come down on you, and they're not going to come down on you for 1 year. They're going to come after you for 7. So don't let a couple $100 a week be like Martha Stewart, and you get her the popo. You're done. Be somebody's
yeah,
bit. Yeah, exactly. For 7 years. So just be very careful. You do want to go with a reputable company, which I'm very surprised because a lot of the big companies are doing this to save their own tax money and to get you attracted into their company. But you're getting screwed. You might get screwed in the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. That's what we're seeing, and it's super scary, and that's why we like to educate our nurses. They don't understand. They're just like, "Oh, I was making $1,800 with this company," and I'm like, "Well, I follow the rules. We own the company. We built this from the ground. I'm the one that's going to go to jail when your ass gets caught. So it's not
I'll,
happening over
I'll
here.
come visit you, Danielle.
Come visit me.
Yeah.
Come visit me in prison." And that's the difference is these recruiters are making pay packages behind pretty much. I'm not saying the companies are doing it. I'm saying the recruiters are doing it because they're so big that they don't have anyone overlooking them anymore. And I will guarantee you that the owners and the CEOs of these big name brand companies don't know that their recruiters are pretty much doing something called wage recharacterization, where they're recharacterizing the wages. They're paying you less taxable money and extremely elevated non-taxable money. And it's all completely ridiculously illegal. So we don't do that here, but what we do is we educate you on the market caps, and I go through the pay package with my nurses and I'll explain the lodging that you should be expecting every single week, the meals and incidentals you should be expecting every single week. And then from there, once we get that base, and in New Jersey, it's usually anywhere from like, I'd say 1,200 to 1,500 maximum point blank if you're super lucky and working like 10 minutes out of New York City. That's when the only time you should ever see $1,500.
Yeah, it's true. It seems like what I've seen in Central Jersey, anywhere from 1,100, 1,200, essentially non-tax during the week. And basically how GSA Gov is the website that we use to build these packages. They give you a 7-day time span of how many meals and incidentals you could have per day and how much housing is each day. and it fluctuates. It could fluctuate at the time of the year as well. So you have to be very well, just figure out like the zip code, what town you're working in, and you can come up with your own pay package. But the coolest thing and the coolest company ever came up with a pay calculator, which Danielle's going to teach you about, right?
Yeah, yeah. Here I am. I'm going to teach you about it. I'm going to explain a little bit of it. I don't have it pulled up or anything, but I know the basics. So if you're looking to, say a recruiter, I mean, I don't care if you're working with somebody else, say a recruiter comes to you and they're like, okay, I'm going to give you this non-taxable amount and we're going to give you this hourly. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to gsa.gov, and it's going to ask you if you want to type in either your city or the zip code of the hospital that you're going to. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to type in the city. You're going to come up with, let's do like Trenton, New Jersey, 08062. So we'll put that in. And generally speaking, it's going to say that on average, you're going to get like 700 or maybe $800 in that area of lodging. And how we come to the weekly amount for lodging, I know this is going to be boring, but take notes, is you take the daily amount, you multiply it by 7. That's your weekly lodging amount. So just for the sake of like math in my head, I'm going to say $800 a week for lodging in Trenton, New Jersey. So 9, 10, 11, 12. So then we'll say that it's $400 for meals and incidentals. So this is anything you want to do. If you have tolls on the way, if you want to eat while you're there, you should only be spending or expect to get $400 a week in meals and incidentals for Trenton. So if you go, once you have these numbers, you're like, okay, cool. And you need to do this anytime you're speaking with, our agency, another agency. You need to know why you're getting paid what you're getting paid. I mean, non-taxable money is nothing to mess around with. You need to make sure that you're meeting the requirement for the government, which is 50 miles away from the facility. And then some facilities also have their own rules. I've seen some of them want you to be like 70 miles. It all depends. But you need to know the reasoning as to why you're getting this money. So that's step 1. Step 2 is go to our website. It's accesshealthcarestaffing.com. And then you're going to hit the hot jobs button. And at the very bottom, after our jobs section, you're going to see a take-home calculator. So now that you have the total amount of the money, you can put it into that box. And then you can also put in the hourly wage that you were offered. So it's just pretty simple. You put in the total non-taxable amount, you put in the hourly wage, we'll just say like $20. And then you have a choice to pick the taxability that you want. So I think I claim 3, maybe. No, I claim 2. I claim head of household and 2. So just for like simplicity, I think our calculator only has 22%, 24%, and 30%. Right, Diego?
Yeah, definitely. That's how
Yeah.
we.
So 30% tax withholdings would be like someone who's claiming 3 dependents. In my mind, that's what I would say. 30% is 3 dependents, 24% is like 2 dependents, and 22% is 1 dependent. That's just the way that I kind of put it in my mind. So you can pick the amount of taxes that you want withheld there, and then just click calculate. And at the bottom, it's going to say, here's your gross pay. And then it's going to take that percentage away from the hourly rate only, because that's all that you want deducted. And then it'll tell you what you can expect to take home weekly.
Super
So,
cool, super cool, and super
yeah,
easy. Yeah, you can figure out like your pay package, and like someone like Daniel and I have a coach. You always have to know your numbers before you go into a contract. Don't let the recruiters figure it for you. You're going to give the wolves the numbers. I mean, they're going to do whatever they can do to manipulate it so they can make money. So if you know your numbers for every contract, just be educated. You can always reach out to us as well if you still have to go to the big
exactly.
guys. The big guys who's our competition now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're very open with everything. I have no trouble telling you a ballpark range of what a bill rate is. So this is another thing to see if you're being paid what you're worth. What I usually do on the fly to calculate how much I'm going to pay a nurse is, Diego's like, what is she going to tell them? I take the total gross amount and I subtract $600. That's just like my new formula, is what I do to determine the bill rate versus the gross payment for the nurse. That's Diego, that's the formula that I've come up with, and I've been pretty accurate because that's our margin.
Yeah.
So we're operating on that and we're doing very well. I know a lot of other agencies keep higher margins just because they like to rake in lots of money.
Yeah.
But competitively speaking, say for example, you find out, I can't do math in my head, so this isn't really going to work. Let's just say the gross, like you get a bill rate and you do some math. I'm working 36 hours a week. It comes up to 3,700 gross for that bill rate. So you're going to subtract 600 and say, all right, I should expect $3,100.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you can go to the recruiter with. Like, I know the bill rate, or generally speaking,
Yeah.
you need to know all the numbers in order to do it right.
Yeah.
And that's how we remain so competitive, is because I'm not hiding anything. Like, we're just willing to share everything that we possibly can with you guys, because we did this for you. Like, we created this company for the nurses, for the medical professionals, to kind of just steer it away from the big corporate guys. It's gotten out of control.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's like every company in the United States is like monopolized. So we just have to really, we have to support each other. I mean, this is that's the thing. If you keep getting these bigger companies, they're going to take more and more away from you. You think you're getting a lot of benefits and stuff like that, but it really comes out of your pay. But anyway, this calculator's kick ass. Love it.
Yeah.
I use it all the time. Honestly, I just you should tell your friends about it, and just I think everybody in the travel community should use it. You should use that, and you're going to start to see a lot of our competitors have the same thing. It's groundbreaking actually. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it is. I haven't seen it anywhere else. So
It will be. It's
we
coming.
should know, we're going to patent it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We're
saying.
going
We
to
could.
patent the crap out of this. We
Yeah.
have to find out how to do that. But yeah, that's just one of the exciting things that we have going on. Like we mentioned, next week we're bringing on a new team member, and this is huge for us. We don't welcome people into our family very often, so we're
Yeah.
bringing on a new internal team member to help us out, and we have some big stuff coming up in the next couple of months that we're going to be preparing for and planning, and you guys are going to love that too. Not going to say what it is, but keep an
Yeah.
eye on us.
Yeah, it's crazy. We just signed off on 401k too. So people that are very interested in working for us long term, I mean, 401k is going to be amazing. I don't even think a lot of companies in the U.S. even offer that as much as anymore. If they do, they don't have like a lot of great benefit. But you can save money and think about for your retirement. Matter of fact, on our next podcast, you're going to meet an amazing guy. Amazing guy. He's basically going to teach you how to do the stock market. And if you haven't really thought about your future, I mean, yeah, you should live for now. We're not going to die when we take our money, but damn it, it makes you feel a lot better when you have some in the bank or your money's making money. He wore this T-shirt the other day that cracked me up. Basically says, get your money a job. So your money should be making you money. So we just want to make sure that nurses are educated on that too. It's cool to travel and do a lot of things, but it's also cool to financially take care of yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited. This guy is such a mentor. We met him, it's only been about a month or two now, but he has just been making leaps and bounds in the industry, and he's got a lot of financial backing and just history in the market. He's been working on Wall Street since 95. I mean, the guy, I have so much respect for him. So he's awesome. You'll love him. That's really it for today. So we thank you
Yeah.
guys for stopping by. Is that it for you, Diego?
Yeah, just don't forget to tell them to subscribe, ring the bell, and just make sure that they like our page and just keep following us. We keep getting bigger and bigger. So we just want to make sure we're going to other platforms soon. So we just want to make sure, just enjoy the show. A lot of cool content, honestly. So it's really up and coming.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget, you need access to get in.
See you next Tuesday.